All right, I'm Brent Leary.
I'm Paul Greenberg.
We are the CRM Playaz. This is 2 weeks in a row, on location, once in Vegas, today, Chicago.
You want to hear something kind of weird? We've been doing that opening for like 7 years, and I'm still not sure we're right.
Well, we always say I'm Paul Greenberg, like there's a question as to who you are, but...
You know what? I just rest my case. I'm still not sure.
All right, well, I'm sure he is Paul Greenberg.
And
we
I
are
am 100% certain you're Brent Leary,
Yeah.
except those days where I think you're Paul Greenberg.
Well, that happens too, and sometimes I get your email.
On my part.
I'm sure you're both right.
Yeah, and we are here at the Salesforce Connections in Chicago. Nice big conference, although it's not as big as Dreamforce, but you know. What is?
1/15 the size.
Nothing is as big as
Right.
Dreamforce, right?
Well, except for Charlie Isaacs. He is as big as Dreamforce.
Oh boy.
That's right.
He is the VP and CTO of Customer Connections.
Connection.
Connection.
Singular.
Close enough. That's
Connection. Thanks for coming here and joining us. I'm a little disappointed because his shoe game is not up to what it usually is. We can't even show it.
Well, I have socks. I have Einstein socks on.
Oh, and he actually, well, we don't want him to fall now.
That'd be funny if I fell on video. Would
Oh,
that go viral? I think that would.
Yeah, well, we would definitely post it. But yeah. What's like the most interesting IoT device that you've come across?
Oh boy.
And it could be consumer
Can
or
I go to
not.
my bag? Can I
Yeah.
go?
Oh, he's
Yeah.
going to his
Okay,
bag of
Charlie's
tricks.
Look, this is perfect. Charlie's going to show us toys, and I think most of our listening audience is under 12, so right, this should work pretty well.
Look, does anybody have this problem where it takes?
Yeah.
Yes.
They have to set their alarm 10 minutes
Everybody-
earlier on their
Just the
on their
everybody
conference
in
call
the-
to untangle their.
all there, yeah.
Yeah, but-
Everybody in the IT world,
Okay,
actually.
so here's the. I'll just throw this stuff on the floor. Here's one of those little bits devices I was telling you about,
Oh.
and this is magnetized. So I might have stuff in my pocket too, because people ask me all the time.
Wow.
He pulls a rabbit out of here and we're done.
Charlie
let's see.
Isaac's the science guy.
Okay, here we go. Because I've got. Oh, here's one. Okay, this is a.
He did. He had
I
it in
do.
his pocket.
I carry this because people ask what little bits are all the time. Because I do this with Black Girls Code, plug, right?
little circuit
Girls Who
boards.
Code, they do this too. So these plug together like this. So this is a servo motor, and this is a
Hold it
Wi-Fi
up.
connection. Oh, this is a Wi-Fi connection. Sorry, I forgot we were on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
G, move in.
Okay.
People can see it.
There it is. Oh, wow, look at
Okay,
that
there we go.
zoom.
And that's the servo motor. And what I could do is I could just hook this up to a power supply, and then this is a servo motor is just like a little motor that turns, right? And I could put things on this. They send you things with the kit, wheels, whatever, right? So you could turn this into a car. If you have 4 of these things, you can make it a car, right? And the kids could build a car, and then. They can watch it run across the table. But then if you hook a processor into it and a cloud, this is called a cloud bit, you can hook it up to Salesforce, right?
And then
so,
you can do Fast and Furious 7.
That's right. So, but it's really cool because they have LED modules you plug on there.
So
and,
wait. So
Yeah.
let's say you hooked it up to Salesforce.
Right?
What could you possibly do with that?
Well, okay. So
I mean, even-
yeah.
Is data being synced
Right.
back and forth?
So you can tell, okay, I can put a push button on here, push the button and say button on, button off. So very simple.
Right.
So it's just teaching the kids basics about.
So basically, it would be it would still be a remote control device.
Well,
or-
I can remote control.
well, you can
from
do that
Salesforce.
without IoT. Of
Yeah.
course, but I'm just saying. So, if I had an instance of mobile Salesforce something on here,
Right.
and I wanted to
Funny you
start and
asked.
stop the car.
Should I get my phone and show you what I
Yeah.
oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. A little bit.
Look at this.
Charlie, again, they're under 14. They'll
Okay.
love this.
So, well, here, let me show you
I
what's
mean, I
really
think
cool.
like a 12-year-old, so this
Let me
is
show you
great.
something that's really cool, and I'm going to show this up on the screen here. I got to find
Charlie
it.
is
Okay.
bringing this
So Little
forward.
Bits has for little kids has a Droid Embedder
look at
kit,
this.
and you can get an R2D2,
You're kidding.
and you
Nice.
can control this from your mobile phone.
Wow.
And that's not hooked up to Salesforce right now, but you can hook that up.
Wow.
It comes with an Arduino module you can
Right.
plug into it. Again,
Okay,
everything-
now for people who don't know what Arduino is, why
Okay,
don't you-
Arduino and Raspberry Pi, these
Yeah.
are all little standard CPUs that have the power of the Apollo 13.
Yeah, I know. Like 25
launch, right?
bucks or something.
That's right, for 25 bucks, or in some cases you can get one of these little chip devices which is a collection of devices. Sometimes they have a Wi-Fi card built into them. You can hook it up to your Mac and you can upload your code into that, and the kids can say, okay, for 4 lines of code, they can say flash on, flash off, right? Turn the light on, and then pause 4 seconds, and then turn the light off. And they've built a little light flasher, right? And they can control that from the cloud if they want. But I'm digressing. So that's what I do. I start off with basics with the kids. You know, okay, turn the light on with your hand, right? Plug the 2 modules together, power to light, light goes on. And that's what we do at Black Girls Code. We have, in the morning, we show them the basics, they play with it. In the afternoon, we go to the cloud, right?
What's the age range of the kids at Black Girls Code?
Yeah, they go from, the youngest we take, officially, Kimberly, don't get mad at me, is 8, but sometimes we have 6-year-olds in there too.
Wow.
So now don't send your 6-year-old to Black Girls Code, get in trouble. But we have really young kids that really get it. If they're, have already been into technology and they're 6 years old, they might be able to do it. Like my little, my nephew is probably not ready at 6, but I've seen some other kids that are ready at 6. But now, if somebody's watching this from my family, they're going to say, "What are you talking about?"
That's exactly right.
That's right. But yeah, and then we take them through high school age. But then in college, they're pretty much they've decided whether to go into engineering or not. But that's the whole idea,
great
right?
foundation,
Feeding the pipeline is so.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's the convergence of underrepresented groups. That's why I love Black Girls Code and the other Girls Who Code. Even Girl Scouts is doing great too with technology.
Yeah.
They have technology badges. Okay, so let me show you some. Those were fun devices, but I've got a serious device. Here, you want to see inside the? This is the latest project with AT&T. This is a very fragile device that goes into a cargo container. Whoops! I dropped it. Okay, so that just it has a G-Shock indicator in it, and this goes up on the AT&T M2X network. They have this thing called Machine to Anything M2X, and it feeds into AMOC, their AMOC network, which is a workflow-oriented rules generator that I can whittle down the events coming from this device if I want to on the AMOC platform, and then send it directly into Salesforce. So the prototype we have right now is this. By the way, is tracking me everywhere I go because it's got GPS in it. It's LTEM. You'll be hearing more and more about AT&T's LTEM, which means it is working within these walls here.
With a cellular signal?
Yeah, it's a cellular transmission capability that is really good at going through solid walls.
Wow.
So, but this has got like 8 or 10 sensors on here. And what we're going to do is we're going to launch this on the AT&T platform. And it's automatically going to configure IoT Explorer, so it'll know which fields it's got on here. So a field would be temperature and humidity and G-Shock. So those fields get created automatically in Salesforce, and then we give them a sample template orchestration. Remember the state machine thing I was talking about earlier? And it goes from I'm okay cargo to I'm too hot cargo, and then it notifies all the people in the Salesforce workflow chain that needs to be notified when they ship cargo, right? So they get, if they've already got, and they're already doing this stuff, there are a lot of companies that are doing this manually, right? They'll say, oh, the cargo just went bad. Maybe pick up the phone and call, right? The cargo may have gotten too hot because the power went off in the cargo container. So now they can do it automatically and send the events into Salesforce and trigger activities and, again, raise the level of customer experience.
Just by this?
Yes, just by that. And when we've been talking for years about connecting to customers in a whole new way, well, guess what? This is definitely connecting to customers in a whole new way.
Right in your palm of your hand.
I just figured out the state thing. So it goes from the I'm too hot to the I lost the NBA Finals, which would be the Nevada to Ohio.
There we go.
And then I broke my hand punching the wall phase.
That's right. It's I'm too hot to I hurt a lot. Right, which would be the state change from, but that would be Nevada to Ohio.
There we
just
go.
Like I
get it. I get it. You were right in the first place.
That's right.
I should have said, you're always right, Paul. I should have just agreed with you from the start.
Well, I'm always trying to find a way to make me seem as if I'm right, even though I'm always wrong. It just looks right.
So let me show you one more thing. I don't know how much time do we have?
Well, show us one more
You got
thing.
one more thing? I mean,
one more thing works perfectly.
This is the one that I protect in a blue box.
I was waiting for him to pull out his lunch.
Whoops,
so
you just shocked that thing again.
I think
AT&T police are going to be down on us in a minute.
When I present with that, I throw it across the room and like against the wall. I say, "Whoops, that was very fragile." And then people don't laugh, and then they laugh at the end. Anyway, so this is an electric imp device, and It's got.
Did you say imp?
Yeah,
IMP.
IMP, and this is their Wi-Fi module, which is a hardened Wi-Fi, which is really what they're selling. They're selling the capability, a hardened.
That's hardened?
Yeah, hardened, secure network connection.
Like James.
Can I bite it?
Yes, you can buy.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you try to break into this, it'll automatically bootstrap. So it'll know that, and every time it connects to power, if it loses power, it automatically there's a little processor in there that rebootstraps. So that's why it's a pretty secure little device there. But this is a prototyping board that they make available with their. You could get this on their website. It's like $20, $25, or guess what? We have a Trailhead module for this. So if you want to buy one of these, you can connect this up through our Trailhead module, and it's a 2-hour Trailhead, and you get a badge.
Wow.
So we have customers making this their cargo container prototype, right? Because it's got temperature and humidity and power, of course. So if the temperature gets too hot on this, it'll tell Salesforce. And so we have one customer. A shout out to another person named Mark. You'll know who you are, from Emerson. This was their first prototype
Emerson Electric.
Yeah. They this was their first prototype for a cargo container.
Damn.
Mark Bear is his last name. I just confessed. Hi, Mark.
Hi,
If
Mark.
you're watching.
All right, this
that's another device.
This is awesome. We could probably
that's
go through another hour or so
That's a-
with devices in his
I know.
bag.
Well, you
but-
know what? We'll set up another episode for part 2 of
Yeah.
Charlie's devices.
Charlie's
Charlie Isaacs
devices.
we'll call it
Charlie's gadgets.
Charlie Isaacs, the IoT guy.
Charlie in the Gadget Factory.
Charlie.
There we go.
There we go. Charlie and the Gadget Factory. We'll have another. We will. Second episode. You got 4 on. Not now.
Not yet.
But
At another conference
we
to
will
be
set
there.
it.
Well, that'd be
either
great. I can show
Dreamforce
you.
or even over the air.
Okay,
Yeah.
and I can show you how it all hooks up and how it looks on the
so
Salesforce
actually, we'll
side.
give you time to set things
Right.
up. Actually, so
Okay.
we'll do it over the air, so you have a place you can actually set things up rather than improv, kind of the improv
Right.
we did here.
Okay, that
All
sounds
right,
great.
Deal.
And in the meantime, where can people go to learn more about some of the stuff you just talked about?
Well, if you want to learn about Little Bits, was the first thing I plugged. That's Little Bits. I think it's something or other. Just Google search for Little Bits devices.
Okay.
I think it's not .com. It's something else. Maybe .org. I don't know.
We'll figure it
Okay,
out.
but Black Girls Code, all one word, .com. They're up
Okay.
there. Or you can just Google search for Black Girls Code. You can find, we're in I think 8-10 cities now.
Wow.
Atlanta, LA. I'm not gonna read them all off, but San Francisco, Bay Area.
Well, you can
of
find it
course.
out at the site.
But yeah, they're in New York. And we're expanding too. So if we get enough interest from, here I am. Kimberly's really going to be mad at me.
Yeah, you're a great
Okay,
ambassador.
So and I mentioned the Trailhead module. You can go to search for IoT on Trailhead,
Okay.
and you can either buy this module if you're a customer or an MVP and you want to call me and you
So
want
Steph
me to,
Curry,
I might
KD,
accidentally
people.
send you one of these if
Oh.
you want to experiment. If you've got a good use case, I'll actually work on it with you. And that's what I do. That's the other thing I do. I don't know if you noticed it, I get tweets all the time. Where people-
Yeah.
And that's how Mark Bear got me from Emerson. He tweeted, "Hey, I've got this use case. Can you help me?" And then
Nice.
now he's doing all the use cases
Well,
on his own.
I remember we talked about this a long time ago, but one of Charlie's jobs is actually co-creating with customers at Salesforce, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what a life, man.
That's really fun.
You have a good life.
I know.
And
I'm
I'm good
blessed.
for them, though, but you're really good for them,
I'm
too.
very blessed. And the other shout out is to Town of Cary, who they built their city hall as an IoT prototype, and I think that's very
No kidding. Oh, yeah, I know.
forward-looking, forward-thinking, visionary approach that Nicole Raimondo took, who's a CIO for Town of
Right.
Cary,
Ah.
and she's got a whole connected parking lot there at,
Connected.
at
Well,
City
You
Hall.
know, my brother's thoroughly involved in that Cary. Not that particular part of it, but the overall smart city in Cary.
Okay.
With you guys
Nice.
and with other people.
That's right. That's
Yes,
right. You
my
told me
brother's
that.
directly involved.
So
Nice.
Shout
Trailhead-
out to my brother Bob.
Yeah, I know.
There you go. Hi, Bob. And then, so yeah, go to Trailhead, and you can. There are lots of modules, and you can get this and hook it up, and it'll help you build a connected refrigerator. That's the use case.
And
then,
what about
brother-
the hot tub?
Well, what
The
about-
hot tub, yeah, I
and
can do the
also,
hot tub with you.
How about a connected repair of refrigerator, which seems to happen a lot?
Wow, right.
Well, we have Field Service Lightning connected to all
there
this
you
stuff.
go.
right?
Wow, what an opening
But
I just
I'm not in
gave you.
sales, otherwise I would sell it to you. Okay.
I'll buy a Salesforce-enabled refrigerator from Westinghouse.
There we
All
go.
right. Well, we could be here till it's dark outside talking about this stuff, but we got to let him go.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that.
You're awesome, man.
No, you guys are more awesome. Are we allowed to
Got
hug on
the-
the
This
air?
is the video selfie.
There we go.
Click. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, look, somebody's coming in with dollar bills
So,
here.
I want to just hand this out to you guys.
Thank you. This
So
is-
glad you guys can finish when This Girl's on Fire is playing. It seems like perfect for you guys. You
You're
know?
so
Like
sweet.
we can end
Let
this.
me pull your cheek.
We can end this sausage. we can end this sausage fest on
Let me
right
pull
now.
your little cheek.
That-
All right.
that-
We have gone completely off the rails.